Welcome back, where the drama behind the headlines always runs deeper than what you see on the surface. And this time it looks like T.I.'s worst nightmare might be coming true, because his son King Harris is staring down the kind of reality check that could change everything. Word on the streets is that a judge might actually hit him with a 5-year prison sentence. 5 whole years. What makes it sting even more is the fact that T.I. himself predicted this back in 2022. He warned King over and over that if he didn't slow down, clean up his act and quit chasing trouble, it would land him behind bars. Now, looking at how things have played out since then, it almost feels like T.I. spoke this into existence. The signs were always there. From reckless driving videos to that viral Waffle House fight to flashing weapons in music videos, King wasn't exactly keeping a low profile. Every move he made seemed to stack up against him. By 2024, that wild energy finally caught up to him in one messy crash-out moment that had fans shaking their heads. It happened in October, King Harris behind the wheel of his BMW, pulling out of a gas station. Instead of a smooth getaway, he almost ran straight into a police car. That was mistake number 1, and from there things only went downhill. Officers walked up, smelled weed and spotted a gun sitting right on his hip. At that point, they already knew where this story was headed. When police ran his name, the situation went from bad to worse. Turns out King had an open warrant dating back to 2022 for speeding, driving on a suspended license, and a DUI. Instead of showing up in court back then, he let it sit until it finally caught up to him. And October 2024 was the day it all came crashing down. Soon after, an arrest video surfaced, first posted by Badge Chronicles, then blowing up on Vlad TV. Nearly 30 minutes long, the footage showed the cops pulling him out of the car, taking the gun off his hip, cuffing him, patting him down, and sliding him into the back of a patrol car. King wasn't fighting back, but you could see the frustration on his face. He seemed to realize just how bad things had gotten. No more fast-talking his way out, the charges were heavy, and the cameras were rolling. The timing made it worse. Just weeks earlier, King had become a father. He proudly posted about his newborn on social media, and even dropped a track called Dear Son, to show he was ready to step into fatherhood. But instead of settling into his new role, he's now staring down a courtroom that could take him away for nearly half a decade. Police later confirmed that King wasn't wild during the arrest. He was calm and cooperative the whole time. But calm or not, he still ended up processed at DeKalb County Jail, and later transferred to Pickens once that old warrant came back to bite him. Just like that, the same kid who had been flexing online and talking tough in his music, was sitting in a cold cell, while the internet dissected his downfall. And what hit the hardest? None of this came out of nowhere. T.I. himself had already spoken it into existence back in 2022, when King first started spiraling. On Instagram Live, T.I. warned the world that if King didn't slow down, prison would be waiting at the end of the road. But T.I. wasn't just talking as a frustrated father. He was speaking as a man who had lived it firsthand. He knew what it felt like to face a judge's sentence, to lose years of your life to a courtroom decision. When he looked at King moving reckless, he knew exactly how the story would play out if nothing changed. And now in 2025, everything T.I. warned about is unfolding step by step. Clips of King's arrest quickly went viral, and fans dug up the old video of T.I.'s warning. Some laughed bitterly, saying, "See, he spoke it into existence." Others felt heartbroken for T.I., pointing out how painful it must be to literally watch your own prophecy play out against your child. Either way, the internet agreed. T.I. saw this coming years ago, and sadly, he wasn't wrong. Of course, this wasn't the first red flag. Back in 2022, King's infamous Waffle House meltdown had already painted a bad picture. The viral video showed him in a screaming match with the staff, pacing, raising his voice, and trying to flex. Instead of looking powerful, he came off entitled and reckless. Even T.I. admitted he was baffled by it. Not long after, another viral moment came, when T.I. and Boosie had to check their sons, King and Boosie's son Tootie Raw, on camera during a music video shoot. Guns were everywhere, and the fathers stepped in with stern lectures. T.I. broke it down, warning that one careless move could ruin their lives. He wasn't yelling, he was speaking as someone who had been there. But despite the lesson, King didn't change. Fans now look back at that clip as the ultimate foreshadowing. Then came the personal drama. King's relationship with his baby's mother, known as Big Nana, fueled even more headlines. Social media erupted with debates about her age, motives, and whether she was chasing clout. But King didn't care. He leaned into it, threw a baby shower, bragged about fatherhood, and dropped heartfelt music. For a moment, fans thought fatherhood might finally ground him. But then came the arrest. The saddest part is that fans weren't surprised. They'd been saying for years that King's reckless lifestyle would catch up to him. And now, if a judge really hands down that 5-year sentence, it won't just hit King, it'll hit T.I. too. Because yes, T.I. warned him. Yes, T.I. made his peace with the possibility. But when it's your own son facing shackles, the pain is different. It's not just a life lesson anymore. It's family. And the internet isn't letting up. Critics dragged T.I., saying all his wisdom and fame couldn't stop his own son from crashing out. People are pulling receipts from old interviews and lives where he warned King. To some, it makes him look powerless in the very role he built his brand on, fatherhood. Still, T.I. has made it clear, no matter how disappointed he might be, he's going to stand by his son. As the footage spreads, the internet remains split. Some crack jokes, others hype it as street cred, and some genuinely pray King takes this as a turning point. The twisted part is that instead of celebrating his new role as a father, people are treating his mugshot like an album cover. Yet there are those rooting for him to change, hoping that if prison doesn't humble him, fatherhood will. For T.I., this is déjà vu. The same system he once fought against is now facing his own son. He warned King years ago, recognized the pattern, and saw where it would end. Now the consequences are here. This isn't just another messy headline. It's a possible 5-year prison term that could reshape King's entire life and test T.I.'s strength as a father.